A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to HJN Season 3. For this season, I'm especially proud to occupy a good majority of people's time and possibly money. For right now though, we're going to simply focus a bit on Sorcery for number 1322. All those people out there that have basically gone ahead and watched the latest outcoming feature to the Harry Potter franchise, known as The Secrets of Dumbledore. You probably know by now exactly how big of a significance does Harry Potter, the entire film franchise, starring the likes of Daniel Radcliffe, Ralph Fiennes, and others, on today's standards. Harry Potter has not only become a big icon in terms of pop culture nowadays, but also with the likes of its actors and crew members. It practically launched the careers of these people, these hardworking individuals whom have put it down for a long time. From 2001 to 2011, with a true series of 8 episodes that correspond with all 7 novels that were published by J.K. Rowling. And while there has been a good amount of stuff going on, some controversy, some topics, some conversation happening across the board with the franchise and with the original creator of the series itself. It's especially important to know that with all the things concerning various things out there that these films depict, as well as the books, like magic, sorcery, the usage of a wand, a small little stick that is used to cast spells on unwanted enemies of destruction of all kinds. You basically have yourself a lineup of various enemy characters. A giant spider, a giant dragon, large spirits known as Dementors, and various other things that would take place within the films. Of course, if you're also familiar with the ever so growing population of Harry Potter based amusement park rides as well, it all started with the likes of the Hogwarts Castle many years ago. It was seen as probably one of the best modern rides that had ever happened, with riders being taken across a rail track that does go across several live sets depicting various pieces of Hogwarts, as well as other parts of the settings of both the books and films that Harry Potter's been around in. Of course, the ride itself was incredible for what it was, having some amazing lifelike effects, being that it is a live set after all. One of the only few leading examples these days that still does happen to showcase live animatronic sets, fog machines, and other such effects that we gladly recognize as some of the best that the industry will have to offer. But in terms of how sorcery itself works, it's a bit more fictional than you might realize. It's not as easy to possibly talk about, let alone watch it go in action within Harry Potter or otherwise. Yet I do feel that sorcery itself is rather important for a lot of us to know. A lot of us who have gotten to know about real magicians, including the likes of Penn and Teller, for instance, we certainly happen to have quite a bit of an affiliation with those who actually use magic to their advantage, as a way to entertain people all over the world. And there's been hundreds of cases of magicians of all sorts, mostly as startup careers in their own way, being popularized thanks to the depiction of Penn and Teller in their series known as Fool Us, in which they hand out a trophy to the best performer who can fool the likes of Penn and Teller themselves. And I do feel like there's a lot more where that came from. But sorcery, as you might just put it, is simply better off being left within the likes of the Harry Potter canon that's been established so far, and within the breeches of Daniel Radcliffe, the main star himself. But nonetheless, I do feel there's a lot more that could possibly be talked about on the basis of magic and sorcery. But it's a bit complicated to go into detail, and a lot of people happen to have their own secrets as opposed to how it really is supposed to work. And it's supposed to work in many ways. But depending on what you do in regards to magic or sorcery, just do not lose your head. It won't be coming out of the hat like a rabbit. So if you want to see more, go down on my channel to make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.